We're live. Hey guys, sorry
We
everybody.
are. Oh, stop it. We didn't get a countdown. No countdown
We
today, huh?
countdown today.
Wow, that's how that
We
happened.
didn't get a
Okay,
countdown.
it's all good in the hood.
Hey guys. I'm all thrown off today. I forgot the whole countdown, but boom,
Right.
win
Hello,
win.
we're live.
right,
We're
right,
here.
right. So hey, it's another Wednesday. It's water cooler Wednesday.
Honor
And
Cooler.
so welcome, welcome,
Hmm.
welcome. Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Woo-hoo.
Sometimes the realtor has so much going on in the day. But today I'm here for you guys. And we're gonna talk about investing and
Investing.
continue our series and what you need to look for in the properties when you want to flip. So let me start out by introducing myself. My name is Dion Branch. And I work for EXP Realty effective yesterday.
As of yesterday. Wow.
yesterday. So
For those who
anybody,
didn't get the memo,
right. So I just want to let everybody know I actually did switch brokerages just recently, but it's a great thing, greater tools, greater advantages for my clients and for me. So I wanted to make sure that I'm doing the best for my clients. So, all right, all right. And
all right, congratulations.
thank you, thank you, thank you. So we'll get some big announcements. You'll see my advertising and everything changing. So some of the websites have to change, but right now, just to let everybody know, I have to introduce myself as Dion Branch with EXP Realty. So,
Yeah.
wrong way. And I got my co-host.
You got it the right way. It is I. Lisa and Linda, House Money Mama, saying hello to everyone. Welcome. We're looking forward to a really great conversation today. Me and Dion have been talking about this. We got some good information. I know a lot of times people are just looking for some nuggets and things that can kind of help you out a little bit on this journey, this trek, whatever you want to call it, this new adventure. So we have that for you today. So I think we're both kind of excited. That's why she acted like she had something other than water in her water bottle today. That's why. She just excited. That's not really Jen. She just excited.
Right. The cooler still has water in it. So.
Right.
All right, guys. So Lisa, we always get these clients and they're looking to buy investment property, right?
Yeah.
And so this way we can just kind of share with people when you're looking for investment property, you're not looking for the house that's $250,000 because you're looking to invest. You're looking for some return, but it's really about we talking about your target audience, right?
Yeah,
we were talking about that. So
we did talk about that a little bit. Yeah, so because one of the things that I think people when they're looking at investing, they may not always be looking. Sometimes it's hard to make that mental switch. Because typically when we think of a house, like, oh, I want to have this, oh, I want to have that, oh, I can't wait until I have my house because I'm going to do this. Okay, that's great and everything for you. But when you think of an investment, you have to think of it from a business perspective. You have to think of it so like first and foremost, excuse me, I can't get that out. Is that who am I or what am I going to do with this property? Anytime you go into an investment, you have to think in terms of not only your entrance strategy, but you also have to think of your exit strategy. How are you getting out of it? And that could be like, for example, everybody's heard of like flip that house and stuff like that, fix and flip. So the fix and flip, obviously you acquire the asset and then you build it up, you make it worth more, then you sell it. That's your exit strategy. So that's how you get out of it. But on the other hand, you know, there's other things you can do too. Like, for example, you could do buy and hold, which would be more like landlording, you know, something like that. Or even Airbnb. Well, that's a little bit different because you don't actually have to own the asset to do that. But regardless, it still could be a long-term thing where you're not just getting in and out quick. You know, fix and flip is a quick kind of a thing. You go in, you do something real quick over the course of a couple of months, and then you come out of it. But landlording would be more like your long-term strategy. You planning on getting, you know, income every month from that.
And then so when we talk about landlording, let's say maybe if you're looking to do a rental property, you might not be looking for it in one of the best neighborhoods because you're looking for it in a neighborhood that is open to rentals, right? That's available. You know, maybe your renters might need to take the bus, so it needs to be accessible. So you have to make sure that, what am I looking for, right? Okay, am I looking for a house that or a building that I want just to have tenants coming in? So that criteria might be different from, okay, now I want to buy a house and then fix it up and sell it. So I want to flip, right? So the first thing that we're saying is know your target audience.
Right.
What are you looking for? You know, have a plan so that you can make sure that you can execute that plan in the right manner, right? So then after that, it comes location.
Location, right? That's what you always hear in real estate. Location, 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 location. And that's so true. That's one of the most important things that you have to think about is where is the property going to be? And what, like you even just already hit on it. Like, for example, working class. A lot of times, you know, if people work downtown or, you know, something like that, they don't want to drive. They want to hit that metro or, you know, some other form of public transportation and get them where they need to go. So you may want to look into an area where they're close by, where public transportation is easily accessible. Because, you know, that may be for your target audience. That may be what would actually be a benefit to them. You might not see it as a benefit because maybe you work from home or, you know, maybe your job is close to where you live, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
But when you're thinking about how you're going to market, you have to think about those kind of things. Who do you plan to attract? Obviously, you want working class. They need to have a job. You got to have some kind of income if you're going to rent out the property, you know. Or
property, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And so then even on location, you don't want to purchase on a major street. Most of the time, like, don't purchase your flip on a major street because as a realtor, we've seen those houses stay on the market a lot longer because most of the time when you're buying a house, the person may have children. And so then those children, they don't want their children on off Halsted, you know, or you know, major street. So you want to make sure that when you're looking for a flip, you know, make sure that you want that it's not on a major street. Now you might
in the neighborhood,
right? But if you're doing a rental as a building, that may not be an issue for you, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's really good. So probably one of the things that we wouldn't be a bad idea to talk about is just kind of like ascertaining what value and what's good and not so good about the house. Once you actually have decided upon a location, then what do you do next? You know, how do you know, is this actually the asset that I want to acquire? Is this the home, the building, the multi-unit, whatever that I want to put in my portfolio as a real estate investor? And, you know, one of the ways that you do that would really just be by comparables. Realtors are really good at that, by the way. Hey, you know, whatever your name is, I just saw your dog. Anyway,
we have guests today, so
okay. Hey, you think can he sign his name? I can get him a hard money loan. So you want to look at, what kind of property are you getting? So you decided upon what is going to be multi-unit, single family, whatever. You decided on the location. Now, is this the property for me? And keep in mind a couple of things. One, obviously, if you're going to do a fix and flip, like Dion said, you got to leave some room to be able to have some kind of a profit. I think that's one of the things that kills deals for a lot of newbie investors. They don't understand how to work those numbers. So, like, if you don't know how to do the spreadsheet and do the after repair value estimate and different things like that, you need to get some real estate education. So like Curtis Monday, he was just on with us a couple of weeks ago. He's an excellent resource, a great person for you to be able to partner up with. He's already written books about real estate. He does classes, and he can definitely take you by the hand and get you to where, the next point where you need to be, so that you can have the knowledge and the tools and the resources and everything available to you, so you can be successful. Because you don't want to half do this. You want to do it, if you're going to go in, go all out and do it the right way. So he would definitely be a great resource, a person to hey Curtis, a person to reach out to who can help you. But one of the things he's probably going to tell you to do is, like I mentioned, talk to somebody like Dion and get comps, get something called a CMA, a comparative market analysis, which is basically when a realtor, an experienced realtor like Dion Branch, will look at the area and determine which properties are similar enough to the property that you're considering purchasing, so that she can determine the value. Because the value is really what's going to drive everything. You have to know, what is the property actually going to be worth? Well, what is it worth now? That's one thing, and how much you can buy it for. But really, your concern is, what is it going to be worth after the repairs? Because if you buy a property for, let's just say, $20,000, it's $20,000 for a reason.
So there are a couple of different people that I follow when I start looking into investing. So there's a lot of different podcasts out. We talked about Curtis, but there's also another site which is called Bigger Pockets. So Bigger Pockets actually helps you. They kind of have, if you purchase a premium subscription, they have a calculator, and it helps you determine what your return on investment is going to be. So say, for instance, while you're doing your repairs, you don't want to overspend, because you want to make sure you're going to have some profit afterwards, right? So you need to use tools like Bigger Pockets that can help you as far as that is concerned, like with your calculation. So that's biggerpockets.com is definitely a resource that you can use. So let's talk about curb appeal, right? So everybody's looking at a house and they're like, oh, well, that house is ugly. I don't want to buy that house as my investment property. Why not? That's what you're doing. That's what you're there for. Right? You want the ugliest house on the block. That's what you want. So then, especially if all the other houses look really nice and your house is ugly, a lot of trees, a lot of stuff all around it, you definitely want that house, because that's the house that you can put some curb appeal, make it look nice, and definitely add the value to the property, right?
Because the value is already going to be there by the houses that already have the curb appeal, that are on that block, or within that half-mile radius. It's already there. The value is already there. So your home should be able to get to that same value once it's fixed up.
Right. So then the other thing is nothing unique, right? I don't want the property that's let's say maybe have a bedroom on the side, or something that's just not normal. And you're like, oh, that's really unique. Don't do it. Right? Because that means somebody else has will probably have an issue with it. Right? What you like unique, some may not be liked by a lot of other people. So You typically want to stay with something, with the standard home. You want to make sure that
I
right
think
now.
sometimes people, Dion, I apologize for the interruption, but I do think sometimes people believe that because it's unique that it's somehow going to add some value, and that's not the case. That's
No,
just
that's
because you
not.
have some kind of unique quality, that doesn't mean it's going to add value. And I think if anything, it's probably the opposite, wouldn't you say? Because the whole thing about establishing value is that you have to have something to compare it to.
Right.
So if you the only house on the block or only house within 3 miles that's got an in-ground pool or whatever, you're not going to get a whole lot of extra value on that because there's nothing else to compare it to. So when other houses sell, they're selling, but they're not selling with an in-ground pool. So
Right. So you
there's
might
nothing
not
to
get the
compare it to.
value that you want. So now we talked to an appraiser, right? He told us already a few weeks ago. He told us what adds value to your house, right? He told us a finished basement and a bathroom. So what you want to look for is a property maybe that doesn't have a completed bathroom, a completed basement, but has room enough for a bedroom and a bathroom. So now you could take a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house, and you can actually upgrade it to a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. And so there you're adding value to your property. And so when the appraiser guy comes, because we already told you, right, we know that your value, that you're going to get the value that you need. You're going to get the rehab value, plus you're going to get the addition of an extra bedroom and an extra bathroom. And you want to make sure that you have like materials of the other houses in the area. So he talks about that, right? So we don't want a gold toilet, right? We want a nice
toilet.
Right. We want a nice toilet, That's what we want.
Like a queen when I sit on my throne. What you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
So I had some people coming to talk to me. Doing our live.
We only live, y'all. It's okay. We just live.
We just live. Right. Hello. Right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Everybody wants to just say hi. Right. Right. So, also, gotta check my notes out. I want to make sure I get you everything you need. All right. So, you also want to talk to your neighbors. I'm getting a feedback. Right?
Are you? I don't hear it. Okay. I don't hear any feedback.
So we said we want to talk to our neighbors.
Yeah.
Right. So let's say you're looking at a house, you see some people outside. It's always great to talk to the people that are outside, right? Even when
you remember that song, "Who Are the People in Your Neighborhood?"
Right, exactly, right.
And even know.
Right. Whenever I'm with a client and we're buying a house and the neighbor is outside and they want to say hello to me, I want to say hello too. Hey, and it's really for you guys, right?
Yeah.
So that we can ask the questions that we need to know. What's happening with this house? How's the block? Is it quiet?
Right.
There's always that neighbors that's gonna share all the information of the block, right?
And the nosy neighbors is always the one that's outside.
Is outside, right there on the porch while you're looking. Girl, are you buying this house? Because I really need that house needs to be fixed up. Oh, okay. Who lived here before? Oh, okay. Whoa, okay. Did they really keep up the house like you? They might have some information. Oh, they were like, oh, that house used to flood all the time. That basement flood. That's why they really just got tired of it and left. Yes, see, I need to know that. Right.
And that's not information you're going to get off the MLS or from the police department or any other place. You wouldn't know that.
Right. You wouldn't know that. So it's always good to talk to the neighbors because one, they could give you some information about the house that you will not get from anybody else. And then they also tell you the things that they're gonna tell your buyers when your buyers come. Because you want to know what they saying, right? Like, oh yeah, this block so and so did this, so and so does this at night. You're like, okay, so maybe this isn't the block for me because I'm trying to get the value out of the house. They're going, maybe I need to go to a different block or different neighborhood and things like that. So it's, it's definitely.
And so while you're talking about that too, let's hit on one other point that's good to remember. Don't fall in love with the house. You make it over there, you love the house, you talk to the neighbors and you find out some stuff that makes you rethink, use your business mind when because you have to think of this as a transaction. I can't stress that enough. Right. Because a lot of times people go into this and they plan to make money, yes, but they're thinking of it kind of on a personal level.
Like it's their house.
Right. You can't, it's not your house. Don't fall in love with the house. Do not get attached to it. This is it's an asset. That's why I keep referring to it as an asset. That's what it is. And that's how you have to think of it. You have to put your business mind on so that's how you're looking at it.
Yeah, because I've shown new investors. The older investors, they're not going to think like that. They've done a lot. But a new investor might come in with me and they say, oh, well, I don't know. I don't like this bathroom and how it looks. Well, you're supposed to be fixing it up. Like,
right, you change
it. Think of it as you're looking at the property. Is this something that I can improve and make it better? But you don't want to overspend. You got to make sure, because we talked about that just a little bit ago. You got to make sure you stay in your budget. So when you're buying things, your materials and planning, you're not planning for you. So maybe you might want the top of the line, granite countertops and something else, right? Maybe you could just do a standard material, right? So,
because again, it's a business decision. Right. It's not, a personal preference decision. It's a business decision. And I think I probably do this better than some people because I work with numbers. I'm a numbers girl. So to me, when the numbers make sense, that's what I'm going with because numbers don't lie. So if I have numbers on paper that dictate, okay, this is the kind of material that I need to buy. This is how I'm gonna get the if you're not already familiar with the term as an investor, you definitely need to get familiar with this term, ROI. Return on investment, because you don't want to spend, if you can spend $10,000 in order to make $50,000, then that makes more sense than having to spend $20,000 to make that same $50,000. It's numbers. It's not anything personal. It's all numbers.
Yeah. So definitely remember that return on investment. That's definitely something that you need to look into. We've already Curtis Monday. I think his course is about to start. See
if I can look him up.
Right. This is his phone number. You could give Curtis a call if you're interested in taking his course. He has the 8-week course on investing. So he definitely can get you started if you're a beginner investor on how to invest. So I would suggest you look into his course. If you've taken the course already and you're ready to start with investing, you can definitely give me a call. And I can help you find the property, your first investment property or your investment properties. I work with experienced investors. I work with investors in California and in Illinois. So there's a lot of people that are investing in Chicago. So definitely give me a call and I can help you. This is a seller's market. So if you get a property and you're able to fix it up and flip it, you definitely, this is
the time to do that because you will definitely make the money. You'll be able to get top dollar for the resale of the property. Absolutely.
Right.
And if you need assistance with the funds in order to be able to acquire the asset and then also to conduct the repairs, that's something I'm able to help out with, because I don't just do traditional lending, but also do hard money and private money financing as well. So that's something that if you call me up and ask me about it, then I can guide you through that and help you get qualified so you can get that kind of a loan. You do want to have your LLC already in force. We talked about that. Actually, I think that was last week. No, with our attorney, Ms. Popovich. So you definitely want to make sure that you have that already in place. But we have the resources, we have the tools, we have the connections, what you need in order to go ahead and get you on that journey. You just need to reach out and get in contact with us.
Yeah. So always come back to us every week, every Wednesday. We're here. Follow us on Facebook. You can ask us questions in our chats. We're always here for you. We're providing you with information on a weekly basis so that you can purchase your home, sell your home, buy investment property. We're here for you. Next week, we plan to have someone come in and talk to you about managing your property. So you become an investor.
That's what we're doing. Okay, all right now.
Right. So now you've got your property, and so there's a course that's available for you for property management. So join us next Wednesday so we can teach you how to manage your property. But this week, we're so glad to be with you. Thank you for joining us. It's another one.
You look like you're about to say, I'm so glad we had this time together.
Yes. So
thank y'all for joining us at the water cooler. Have an awesome rest of your week.
Bye.